Jimmy, Daniel in the 6th century said there's going to be a revived Roman Empire, and then there's going to be a leader, which we're going to talk about next week, that's going to lead this empire. But this empire is going to come on the world and kind of take over the world. Explain that. How did you get that out of chapter 2?
Chapter 2 is Daniel looking into the future. The head of gold, remember that was a part of the dream that Daniel was able to interpret for Nebuchadnezzar. It says right there in the text in chapter 2, O King Nebuchadnezzar, thou art the head of gold. What's interesting about Bible prophecy is you do not have to be a rocket scientist to understand. All you simply need to do is read the prophetic passages, and God explains it to us. He did through Daniel to Nebuchadnezzar. The Babylonian Empire, it was in place. It's absolute history. There is evidence, archaeological remain of the Babylonian Empire, even in the modern day state of Iraq today. The Medes and the Persians came to power. That is history as well. We know that happened in the past. Alexander the Great traveled across the known world in 11 years, and at 32 years of age had conquered the known world, the Grecian Empire, which he established and set up as his headquarters in the city of Babylon itself, a connection with Daniel also. The Roman Empire, the mightiest empire that's ever been upon the face of the earth, was there at the time of the birth of Jesus Christ and throughout the life of Jesus Christ. In fact, it would stay around about 300 years after Christ left before it would ultimately fall. So we know that those prophecies that Daniel gave about those 4 Gentile world powers, Babylonian, Medo-Persian, Grecian, and Roman, those prophecies did come to pass. That gives us a basis upon which then to look for the fulfillment of the rest of the prophecy, the 10 toes of iron and clay, and of course the stone, which would be Jesus Christ coming back to establish his kingdom. The revived Roman Empire, that word or that phrase is not actually in the Bible. But as we look at the result of what's going to happen, the 10 toes, and then in chapter 7 we'll see it's 10 horns. There's a connection, by the way, to the book of Revelation with that. That is giving us the information about this revived Roman Empire, which prophecy scholars have called the appearance of these 10 kingdoms that it's talking about here in Daniel chapter 2. In the book of Revelation, the rapture is the first event that happens in the future. This is the first thing on God's calendar of activities, followed by a period of time. Now, before the 7 years does actually begin, before the clock starts ticking on that time, which we'll talk about when we get to chapter 9 over here in the book of Daniel, there's going to be the appearance of this revived Roman Empire, these 10 toes of iron and clay. Daniel is quoted there in the book of Revelation to deal with that period of time when this unit, this political, geographical, economic, governmental operation comes to power.